So picture this. The entire world has just been through a global catastrophe, a total reset. The storm is over, the waters are going down, but what happens next? Well, this is that story. It's about a new beginning, a profound promise, and the messy, very human problems that pop up almost immediately.
All right, let's dive in. Here's our roadmap. We're going to start with that long, anxious wait inside the ark. Then we'll get to the first glimmers of hope. After that, we'll cover those first steps back on dry land, which lead to an incredible promise symbolized by a rainbow. And we'll wrap up by looking at how, even on a squeaky clean planet, human drama finds a way.
Okay, so the rain has finally stopped. The floodwaters are no longer rising. But for Noah and everyone else on that ark, this is where a whole new kind of challenge begins. You know, it's one thing to survive the storm. It's another to endure the agonizingly long, quiet wait for the world to come back.
And you really have to wrap your head around the time scale here. This wasn't a quick thing. I mean, we're talking about 150 days of the waters just dominating everything. It takes until the 7th month for the ark to even come to a rest. And then you have to wait all the way to the 10th month just to see the tops of other mountains. It really paints a picture of a slow, gradual healing process for the planet.
This is a huge turning point in the story. After all that passive waiting, even after seeing the mountaintops, Noah waits another 40 days. Then he does something. He opens a window. He's no longer just a passenger. He's actively looking for answers, searching for any proof that it's finally safe to start over.
So how in the world do you figure out if an entire planet is ready for life again? You can't just, peek outside. Noah comes up with a pretty ingenious plan. He decides to send out a couple of scouts, and his scouts are birds.
First up, he sends out a raven. A raven's a tough, hardy bird, a scavenger. The text says it just flew back and forth, which tells Noah something, that there's somewhere for it to go, but it's not specific. That's when he sends out the dove. The dove is more delicate. It needs a safe place to land, and it's the dove's very specific behavior that's going to give Noah the intel he really needs.
So, the first time he sends the dove out, it comes right back. It couldn't find a single branch, not one dry spot to rest its feet. The message is loud and clear. Nope, not yet. The world is still mostly water. So Noah brings it back inside and settles in to wait another 7 days. Patience is everything here.
He waits a whole week, sends the dove out again. This time, it comes back in the evening, and in its beak is an olive leaf, a freshly plucked olive leaf. This is it. This is the moment. It's the first real, tangible proof that new life is sprouting on the earth, an incredible symbol of peace and renewal. The final confirmation comes a week later. Noah sends the dove out one last time, and it just doesn't come back. And this isn't sad. It's amazing news. It means the dove found a place to live. It found a home. And if there's a home out there for the dove, the world is finally ready for everyone else.
All right, the wait is officially over. They have confirmation, and then they get the command from God. It's time. Time for humanity and every animal to take those first steps into a brand new world. I mean, just try to imagine this scene. The door opens, and out walks Noah's family, the ancestors of all of us, and they're followed by this incredible parade of every living creature, stepping out onto solid ground for the first time in over a year. And they get this one simple, powerful mission: be fruitful and multiply. Go, fill this empty earth.
So what's the first thing you do? Maybe you build a house, look for food. For Noah, the absolute first priority is something else entirely. He builds an altar. His very first act in this new world is to say thank you by offering a sacrifice, a profound gesture of gratitude for their survival.
And that act of worship, that gesture of gratitude, leads directly to the absolute climax of this story. It triggers a response from God that is just monumental, a divine, unconditional promise, not just for Noah, but for every living thing, forever. What's so amazing about this promise is that it's made with a full understanding of human nature. The text says God knows that the human heart is inclined to evil from a young age. And yet, despite that, the vow is made, never again will I respond with this kind of total destruction. It's this incredible moment of grace.
Now, it's really important we understand this word, covenant. This isn't just a simple promise, like, I promise I'll call you later. No, a covenant is a formal, sacred, binding agreement. Think of it like a treaty. It establishes a whole new permanent relationship between God and the world. And every good treaty needs a sign, right? A seal. And the sign for this one is just beautiful. The rainbow. That arc of color that appears after the rain will now be the permanent, visible reminder of this promise to never, ever destroy the world by flood again.
So the terms are crystal clear. There will be no more world-ending floods. The basic rhythms of nature, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night, they are all guaranteed to continue. And this pact isn't just with humanity. It includes every living creature. And the key term here, it is everlasting. But right after we hit this incredible high point of hope and promise, the story takes a sharp, really sobering turn. We get this immediate, jarring reminder that even though the world has been washed clean, human nature hasn't. The very first family conflict of the new world is about to erupt.
So here's how it all goes down. Noah becomes a farmer, plants a vineyard, makes some wine, and gets drunk. In that vulnerable state, his son Ham sees him exposed, and instead of helping, he goes and tells his brothers about it. Shem and Japheth, they do the exact opposite. They act with respect. They take a cloak, they walk in backwards so they don't see their father, and they cover him up. When Noah wakes up and learns what happened, he unleashes a terrible curse, not on Ham himself, but on Ham's son, Canaan.
This table really lays out the cause and effect. Ham's disrespect leads to a curse on his descendants. Shem and Japheth's respect leads to blessings. And this one family incident ends up setting this really complicated and difficult stage for the future of the new human family, with consequences that are going to ripple out for generations.
The chapter then closes the book on its main character. We're told Noah lived for another 350 years after the flood was all over, dying at the ripe old age of 950, having seen the new world get started.
And that leaves us with this huge question, doesn't it? After a complete top-to-bottom reset for the entire planet, a literal clean slate, why is one of the very first stories we get about family dysfunction, shame, and a curse? It's a powerful suggestion that you can wash the world clean, but maybe you can't wash away human nature itself.